Megyn, the other thing is, back to the Powell versus the president story, which, as you said, has been the talker all day long. Maybe the most important development from all of the day's reporting is the fact that the Treasury Secretary, according to multiple reports, has apparently told the president it would be a bad idea and has pushed back against it actually happening.
Yes. Yeah. Clearly being the one inside this administration to make that case of needing the stabilization, especially given everything else that's going on right now with markets on edge. Firing or even attempting or moving closer to fire a Fed chair would be destabilizing to the markets at any time, as you know. But given how much else this White House and this administration is doing that the markets are already on edge about, that's been part of Bessent's argument about needing to keep things in check here. You never know with this president who he's listening to at any given time, and if he feels that at a certain point it's time to fire Powell, no one official will be able to stop him. But it is important to know that there's someone making that sort of case for moderation inside the administration.
Yeah, and the question is, what would the markets receive if he actually tried to do that? I'm sure, as you know, the Fed chair on multiple occasions, because this is not really the first time that President Trump has mused about this, Powell's pushed back on every occasion, and he's literally been asked on every occasion about this new political dynamic between the two, and if he would even entertain the idea of leaving if asked, to which he's been emphatic, suggesting not a chance.
Not a chance, which I thought it was so interesting, the reason the president answered today, oh, if I asked him to leave, he would go. The president clearly being told by somebody that he has the legal authority to do that, which is very much in question right now. But Scott, I also think it's important to pay attention to some of these other things the White House is doing behind the scenes. The firing of the two Democratic officials at the Federal Trade Commission happened maybe a month ago now, but raises a big question as to whether the president has the authority to do so. There's a lot of questions about whether challenging that decision, whether that ultimately goes to the Supreme Court. That's the same legal precedent that protects Powell and protects all of the Fed governors in their jobs as well. I asked a White House official today about that case in particular, whether that's something that should be seen as linked to Powell's, the safety of Powell's job. I was told, for what it's worth, that they're seen as in separate silos inside the White House. But anyone you talk to outside the White House believes that could very much be a precursor to what might come next for the Federal Reserve.